Hey our friends, we had so much fun drawing Stitch dressed up in a pumpkin costume. I thought it would be fun to draw him again, this time as a ghost. Here's what our drawing looks like at the very end. I hope you're really excited to follow along with me. For this lesson, we're using a pencil and eraser to draw the main shapes before we use our markers. But you can use whatever you have. You could use a pencil for the entire lesson if you want. I hope you're really excited. Stitch is always super fun to draw, especially for Halloween. All right, let's get started. Let's first use our pencil to draw the shapes. We're going to draw the circle for Stitch's head, just like we did for the other drawing of Stitch when he's dressed up as a pumpkin. So these lines, it's okay if they're wobbly. Mine are really wobbly. My hands are cold. And it does help to actually be warm when you're drawing, but I'm really cold right now. So anyways, my lines are a little wobbly. But we're going to keep going. We're going to draw our Stitch with a sheet or a ghost sheet costume. So we're going to draw the sheet coming down like this on the sides. And then we can draw the bottom. We're going to draw the bottom of the ghost costume right here. And then we can draw the ears. So we're going to draw the ears the same as we did for the pumpkin costume. We're going to draw an S curve. So we'll curve out one way, curve up the other way. And we can do that same thing over here. Curve out and then up. And then at the very top, we're going to curve back down and then turn these into upside down raindrops or teardrops. And then we can do the same shape over here. The nice thing about using the pencil is you can spend extra time on these shapes. So you can pause the video if you need more time and really work on these and get them just the way you want it before you move on to the next step. And then just erase any of the lines you don't want to keep. Okay, let's also draw Stitch's arms sticking out like he's trying to scare us. So I'm going to draw an oval shape here, and we'll draw an oval shape on this side to match. That's all we're going to use our pencil for. If you want, you can keep using a pencil and draw the details and then switch to the marker at the very end. But I'm going to switch now and we'll add all of the cool things to turn him into Stitch. So let's first draw his nose. We're going to draw that letter V like we did before. We'll draw it right in the middle. We'll draw it really wide and curved. Then we can draw the top of Stitch's nose by drawing a curve on the top. It looks like an upside down raindrop too. And then we can draw the eyes the same. So we had little guide points, and then we can also draw a diagonal line. So if you haven't done that lesson, be sure to check that one out too. We're going to curve around and then turn these into sideways raindrops. Yes, there we go. And then we can also add the highlight or a little oval to make his eyes shiny. We're going to color in the teardrops black. Okay, now for the ghost eyes, we're going to draw an oval shape. Comes up, around, and then connect. And then we'll try to draw that same shape over here. It's okay if they're a little different. And connect. Yeah, there we go. Now let's draw the outside of our ghost costume. Oh, we could draw the arms first. Let's do those. So we're going to have the holes right here for his arms sticking through. We'll draw the top of his arm and the bottom. And this is where his wrist is. So we come close together, but then we leave it open so that we can draw his hand. But let's draw his other arm first. So we can draw that part. Then we'll draw the arm coming to the wrist. And now we can add the fingers. So first let's draw the thumb, upside down letter U. And then we're going to draw his fingers the same shape, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we need to add the claws, and let's do the same thing. We'll draw the little curve coming out of the thumb and have it curving out. And then these curves, or the claws, will be curving up. And then we can do the same thing on this side, but the other direction. And then these are up. Oh, those got a little long. It's okay. All right, there's his arms. And we can also erase the guidelines going through his arms just to remind us that we don't want to draw through them when we draw his ghost costume. Okay, let's also draw his mouth. We're gonna draw the frowny, kind of make him look sad first. And then right here, we'll draw it curving up to make him happy. Now we could leave it just like this, or we could draw it open. I think it would be fun to draw it open. So let's repeat all the same steps from our other lesson. We'll draw the bottom of his mouth and then his teeth. And so we got the big teeth and then the little teeth on the inside. And then we can draw big teeth on the bottom also, and then two little teeth on the inside. And then for his tongue, it looks like the top of a heart, and we're gonna draw it behind the teeth, and it comes down in the middle, and then curves around here. Yeah, it's looking awesome. Now let's draw the ghost costume. We can add the little fur on the top. I'm gonna draw a zigzag line first. That's showing through on the costume. And then we can draw the outside coming down and connecting to the arm. We'll do the same on this side. Then we'll imagine it going through the arm, coming out the bottom, and the same over here. And instead of just drawing a curve down here, let's draw a couple wrinkles. So I'm gonna draw waves in the costume. So we got two there, and then we could also draw two here in the front. So first, let's connect these. I'm going to draw a curve here to connect. And then the next level, we're going to draw it coming behind the other one. And you could draw an S curve too. And then we'll do the same here and here. Yeah, that looks awesome. That's more interesting than just drawing a simple curve. Okay, now for the ears, let's trace over the pencil first. So we'll do the left ear, and then we're gonna come down here and we'll draw that little tear. Then you can finish tracing on top of the pencil. Then on this side, we'll do the same, trace on the top of the pencil, except the tear on this side is lower. And then we'll finish it going in. Okay, now to make the ears thicker, we're gonna draw the top coming into the head, and then also the bottom thicker. And we did it, we finished drawing Stitch, all dressed up as a ghost, except we still need to color it. This part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video and use my drawing as inspiration for yours. Now, before you color it, you also want to switch to your eraser one last time and erase any of the pencil lines you can still see. All right, I'm all finished. It wasn't too much coloring, but I did use a light gray to add shading on the sheet so that it looks more 3D. But remember to also use two blues. Use a light blue around the eyes and then a darker or medium blue for the rest of his body, his arms and also his ears. Also did a little bit here on the inside of the costume. But also you can use pink for the tongue and ears, and then a dark red for the back of the mouth. And don't forget to finish your drawing by adding a background. I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me. I'm sure your drawings turned out really cool. The most important thing is to have fun and practice, and we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye.